Hey there, if you're new to the channel, I want to thank you so much for dropping by. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, I'd very much appreciate it. We're on our way to some pretty big milestones this year. I'm hoping so anyway. Before I show you all of these beginner combos for you, I want to go ahead and thank TLight, the sponsor of this video. TLight is a company that specializes in printing high quality metal posters. I'm so happy to be working with them because far before I was ever sponsored by them, I loved their product. Mounting each of the displays is super easy. If you'd like to support the channel or just check out a pretty awesome product, be sure to use the link in the description to go to their website. You can also use code BILBSY for 15% off any purchase. I hope you enjoy this video. One's Justice 2 is finally here. I can't believe it. Now, all of the combos I'm showing you are from day one, which I think makes a lot of sense because for you, it is day one, right? So you should have access to all of the day one combos. Now, these are incredibly beginner-friendly combos. I didn't want to use any dash cancels, and I didn't want to use any wall splats, and I didn't want to use any plus ultras because then it starts getting a lot more complicated for each individual character. If you're looking for a starting point with one of the new characters, this is the video for you. If you're looking for more advanced techniques for one of the new characters, well, perhaps maybe I'll cover that in another video if that's what you're interested in. Just in case it is something you're interested in, be sure to leave a comment of who you would like to see me cover in a more advanced guide type thing. I've never really done one of those for a One's Justice style game, but it's something I'm open to doing if that's what you're interested in. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the combos. Mina's auto combo looks like this. And at any point during that combo, you can cancel into her tilt attack, which looks like this. And depending on your environment, you're going to want to cancel a little earlier, but for the most part, you can cancel pretty early into that. So I cancel there, and then you want to use her quirk 4. Or sorry, quirk 2, I don't know why I say quirk 4. And that's her basic combo. It's a really nice, easy to use combo, and the great thing about it is that it's not very situational based, and you don't have to use any resources at all for it. Another great thing about this combo is that you can combo into either of your plus ultra attacks, so here's an example of each of them. You have to cancel a little bit later on her plus ultra 1, but it's pretty easy. You can just mash it and it will happen, and that will even wall bounce sometimes. And here's what it looks like to do plus ultra 2. You'll see that you can cancel a little earlier, which is fine because she hits an air target. This gets super situational at this point, but if you happen to have the meter and the resources at the time, and you happen to land the wall bounce off of this move, of course, you could cancel that into your plus ultra 2 as well, if you're close enough to the wall and everything is set up correctly, but I would never aim for that. Overhaul is one of the few characters on this list that I'm going to do a dash cancel for because he doesn't have a lot of options without his dash cancel. The main buttons you need to know for him are his light combo, and we eventually want to get the opponent into that position where they're right below us, and then we're going to use our quirk 1, which is going to send Overhaul straight down to the ground. He's going to send out those spikes. We're not too concerned about the spikes because they're actually not going to connect in our combo because we're going to be too busy canceling into our quirk 2, which looks like this. It's kind of like a grab thing, and it leaves the opponent right there on the ground. So the full combo looks like this. Auto combo, dash cancel, auto combo, quirk 1 into quirk 2, and then the opponent's right there on top of you. You can't combo your plus ultra 1 into this, but you can combo your plus ultra 2 into this. So if you've got the meter for it, keeping in mind that you also need the meter for the dash cancel. Oh, I've dropped it. Oh, I know why. Don't do your quirk 2 at the end. Instead, replace it with the plus ultra 2, if I remember correctly. Let's try that. Right? I think? Correct? Yeah, there we go. Gangwalker's combos are actually incredibly easy, so you can start this with one of two ways. If the opponent's blocking, I would recommend starting off with your RedAttack, because if you do that, they're going to get ground pounded, which is awesome. But once you've got them ground pounded, you can do your basic light string. You're only going to want to hit twice, though, because it won't work if you don't. And then you want to go straight into heavy, and then from there, you can grab your opponent and throw them. Now, on its own, it's not a lot of damage, but if you have a dash cancel, you can probably throw it in there. Actually, I haven't tried this yet, but I'm assuming that it will work. Yep, dash cancel here. Yep. There you go. And then that will sometimes wall bounce, and you get the idea, right? Fat Gum does share some similarities with Gangwalker. His RedAttack ground pounds the enemy, which is something to keep in mind depending on how you want to use your meter throughout the game. He does have a grab, which is going to be his tilt quirk 2, and that is going to be a part of the combo. If you play a character who uses a lot of tilts in their combat, I would recommend using the hold special move input button. That way, it's a lot easier to use your tilt attacks, at least in my opinion. So the way you would want to do the Fat Gum combo is light, light, into tilt heavy, into tilt grab, which does in fact combo, right? No, I was a little bit worried there for a second that it didn't. And you'll get a ground pound off of that or a wall splat. I don't want to go into how you would continue after that because then all of a sudden this video gets a heck of a lot more complicated and we're no longer talking about bread and butter combos, we're talking about much more advanced stuff, which is something I'm willing to do in another video, but this is not the place for that. Now, unfortunately, Sir Night-Eye doesn't have a lot without using any meter because he mostly relies on his projectile stuff, which is already pretty good. But regardless, I'll show you what I found. What I found is pretty basic. It's light, light into tilt light into tilt quirk 2, and then you have to like mash it to get the final kick. That looks like this. And I believe that will wall splat depending on whether you're near a wall or not. If you're interested, this is actually a way to get a plus ultra level 2 into a combo. You would do light, light, and you would hit him with a slide. You would wait until Kirishima's about level with you, so that you do have to delay it for a second to make sure that this chest piece, oh no, sorry, not chest piece. So this stamp does hit your target. You have to wait for Kirishima to come in line with you, or sorry, your target to come in line with you horizontally, or else the effect won't hit. As much as I would like to tell you that Saiji is this crazy combo machine, unfortunately, he's just not. He does not have a ton of combos. That is by design. He's supposed to be a projectile character. His quirk 2 is all about projectiles. He kind of charges up these things and then he can rapidly press them however he wants to. There's a very useful zoning tool. Very, very good character at that. But unfortunately, his combo game just isn't there. Without dash cancels, you really can't do much with this character at all. Literally, the longest combo I could find is light, light into tilt quirk 2. So it's pretty sad. It is worth noting that after that, the opponent is in the air for a little bit. So you have time to kind of get your projectiles rolling if that's what you want to do. Throw them, wait a second, start charging, and then you'll be charging at your projectile. I'm already at maximum there, but you can do that, which is important for the character. That's nothing to slouch at. But all of his moves just knock away the opponent rather than leading them into a combo. Even his RedAttack does it, or it knocks them hard down to the ground so you can't continue a combo after that. His tilt quirk 1 is just more projectile stuff. And yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. Sorry. Without a wall splat or without some meter usage, Saiji does not have many combos. Now, I know I said no dash cancels in this video, but I have to make an exception with Cammy because her ground game sucks. A lot of her combos rely on dash cancels, and there's a reason for that from a design perspective. She has a lot of setup stuff, and when you make a character like that, you really need to limit them in some way, at least from a combo perspective. So, unfortunately, Cammy doesn't have a lot of ground game, but it's fine because in practical matches, you'll be doing a lot of dash cancels anyway. You'll just be spending meter to do it. Let me show you what she's got to offer. My basic bread and butter combo for her, again, this one features a dash cancel, but I'll show it to you regardless. Once you've got the opponent in the air, you can probably light one more time and then hit them with your tilt light attack and then your quirk 2 or tilt quirk 2. So that will end up looking like this. Cool little combo, right? That's all I've got for Cammy right now. Honestly, I think Cammy is going to be one of the more complex combo characters. It's not that she doesn't have combos, it's just she doesn't have basic combos. Okay, the new version of Deku. Deku 100% full cowling. Guys, this character is nuts. But if you do want a basic on-the-ground combo with him without touching any of the walls or using any of your meter, it would look like this. Light tilt light attack into quirk 2. Light, light, light. Tilt light attack into quirk 2, and then I believe you have to mash. And then there's your damage. Pretty crazy amount of damage for no bar, and because I feel like ruining everybody's experience online against Azuka Midoriya, full cowling 100%, I will let you know that you can combo into your plus ultras after that. So that would look like this. Oh, whoops, I messed it up for some reason. You can delay it longer than that, and you can get even more damage, but you get the idea, right? Alright, Mineta. Unfortunately, Mineta is a complex character, so I can't teach you a whole lot with him right now. I can teach you his basic combos, which is what you're here for, but unfortunately, he doesn't have a lot of those. This is the type of character you want to be dash canceling with, similar things to what I said about Cammy. This is also a character that doesn't get a lot of his power from combos, right? A lot of his power comes from utility, which is kind of a weird thing in an arena fighter, but it exists. Without dash canceling, you've basically got light into quirk 2. That's kind of all you got. Add a wall splat sometimes, and everything after that gets really complicated really quickly with Mineta, so good luck if you intend to main Mineta. Mystic Impress has like a lot of really cool zoning utility that I wish we had more time to talk about in this video because it's really cool. He just doesn't have a lot in the way of ground combos and basic combos. Honestly, in general, this character is pretty nuts. He just has nothing on the ground and no way to get off the ground without dash canceling, so I honestly don't know what to tell you. If you land your RedAttack first, you can follow up with your light attack spam, but everything you really want to do with the character is follow up stuff that we can't do in this video. Yeah, he's weird, okay? Mystic Compress is like I opt out of this one. If you want a basic combo on Compress, let me tell you about light attack and how much you should be pressing it, because it's basically all you have on the ground without any meter or anything like that. But I do recommend you try out Mystic Compress because he looks like he's gonna be a bunch of fun. Okay, I know I've said this about like the last 3 characters, but Twice is actually an incredibly complicated character. Thankfully, he does have ground combos, but it starts getting really complicated if you start factoring in his clone. And yes, you can use a clone in combat. Your tilt quirk 2 results in summoning a clone. Hello, clone. Oh, I think you need to use this move first. Kind of shape him up, measure him, understand what he does, and now all of a sudden I have a clone. This clone actually moves with me identically. Whatever I do, it does. So you can do some kind of awkward stuff with that. We're not going to focus on that right now. Twice's combos, thankfully, are quite universal. You can use your red attack or your light attack, and then from there, you can go into your tilt quirk 2, and then your neutral quirk 2, which will look like this. Oh, I already had to clone up, so... And then there you go. And that'll be nice for setting up your clone. And now you have a clone. Here he is, Overhaul version 2, the big bad man who you won't unlock until you complete story mode on the villain side, unless of course you pre-ordered. He walks really slow, you have to run with him to get any notable speed. Now, my combo won't actually involve this move, but it's a move I want you to keep in mind. His tilt quirk 2 will put the opponent in a stunned state. It'll look like this. And you can start a combo from there. It's just worth keeping in mind because it is a red attack. So if you ever see somebody blocking and you know they're blocking, you can land that and then go into your combo from there. With that out of the way, you need to know that this combo is very long, so bear with me. You're going to spam light attack until a certain point in the combo. Then you're going to use your tilt light attack. Then straight after that, use your tilt quirk 1. And then you need to face the opponent, depending on where they're going to end up. Once you face the opponent, then you need to press quirk 2. So that'll look like this. Light, tilt, second tilt, turn around, quirk 2. Now, the combo does quite a bit of damage, but it puts you a considerable distance away from the opponent. Might be something you want to keep in mind if you're versing a zoning character, though keep in mind, Overhaul himself is a zoning character, so it might not be too big of a problem. What would any combo be if you could not plus ultra cancel into it? The timing is very awkward on that, and you need to get used to it. Do not try to use that online the first time you do. You'll see what I mean the first time you try it out. It's not easy. It's one of the strangest Once Justice combos, to be honest, but it's there regardless for about 50% damage. Now, the great thing about Rappa is he's very much designed to be the character where you can kind of just mash buttons and you'll get combos. In this case, you want to use your light attack until it's about to knock away the opponent, and then go into quirk 1 and then into quirk 2, which will look like this. Beautiful. And then obviously you can easily work plus ultras into that if that's what you want to do, right? Rappa is not at all a difficult character. You honestly don't ever need to put him in training mode. You can just jump into games and hit buttons and you don't have to worry too much. On to the first member of the big three, Mirio Togata. I wanted Mirio Togata to be this combo machine, and he is. He's just heavily incentivized to go into the air. One of his main combo tools is his Tilt Quirk 2, which puts you in the air, right? So what they want you to do is stuff like this. Oh, that doesn't actually connect. My bad. They want you to do stuff like that, right? That unfortunately involves using a dash cancel. Unfortunately, if you don't want to use a dash cancel, your only option is light, light, light into Quirk 2 spamming. I'm sorry, I wish I had more to offer you, but if it's any consolation prize, that's still a heck of a lot of damage for no meter or anything like that. Mirio is basically a brawler, which is what you want him to be. It's just, I imagined it slightly different. So I'm going to show you two combos with Najire because they're basically the same. They're just slightly different depending on what you start with. If you start with a RedAttack, you can just start mashing your light when you get to the end and then finish it with a Tilt Quirk 2. If you don't manage to land a RedAttack and you instead land a regular light attack, just do the light attack twice, then go into the Tilt Light Attack and then end it with the Tilt Quirk 2. Make sure you hold the Tilt Light Attack for a while though, or else you won't get as much damage as you theoretically could. One thing I'll mention is that if you do use the Tilt Quirk 2, you'll end up pretty far away from the opponent, like this. And in some cases, that's a good thing because you're a zoner, but in some cases, it's not. If you want to be a little bit closer to them at the end of the combo, just use the regular Quirk 2 and don't tilt it at all. So that would look like this. And now I'm a lot closer to them. Now I'm right on top of him, right? If I did the other one, I wouldn't be. Now, in this case, I'm right on top of them because the wall was right here, but you get the idea. Now, like I said, this video is not about dash cancels, but there's a version of this combo which is very easy to incorporate a dash cancel into, and I have to show you it because it looks amazing. So here's the first version. It's light attack, light attack, light attack. It's a Quirk 2 in the air, and then you'll face plant the enemy, which is awesome because that sets up for more stuff, right? If you are willing to throw in a dash cancel, you can do the same thing up until the point where you would press Quirk 2 again. So after this first quirk, you can do Tilt Quirk 1, and then you'll get to swallow Deku into a clam, which is amazing. And that would look like this. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, I'm done. Can you believe that I almost left out Shigaraki from this video? This video was literally rendering and I hadn't added Shigaraki. So allow me to resolve that problem. Now, Shigaraki's combo is probably the hardest one I've gone over in this entire video, with the exception of maybe the overhaul one. This one might be a little bit harder. The reason this is so hard is because you need very specific timing and you need to be able to catch up with this move. This is his Tilt Quirk 2, his Tilt Quirk 1. And it covers a lot of space, but you're completely in control of it. So good luck. Okay, I got the combo once. Even if you're not necessarily landing the combo, it's not too bad. It forces the opponent to block anyway, and this little pool of ooze, I don't think I can test it on the AI, but if the AI was to walk near that ooze, it does hurt them. So you don't even need to hit the combo every time. And of course, there's always going to be a plus ultra of this type of combo. So the way you would do it is as soon as Shigaraki, well, not as soon as, you probably want to wait a second, but after you've thrown the enemy, wait a second and then go for your plus ultra 2. So in this case, I'm going to wait. There you go, I see it. And then plus ultra 2 should hit there. There you go, it does. Now I haven't actually tested this one, but plus ultra 1 should hit as well. Let's see if it does. It will. Fantastic. Beautiful. Jesus, so much damage. That's it for all the beginner combos for every single new character in My Hero Wants Justice 2, with the exception of Nomu. Obviously, I did not cover Nomu. Nomu is a brand new character to this game. I also didn't cover Inasa because he was DLC in the previous game. But apart from that, I covered everyone, and I'm pretty happy about that. I know these aren't the most advanced combos. If you're used to playing Wants Justice at a relatively high level, you could probably have figured these things out pretty quickly with each of these characters. But I thought it was nice to put together a central video where you can go over each of the combos on each of the characters if that's what you're into. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name has been Bilbzy, and I'll be sure to catch you in the next one.